Dr. Rahman is the longest-serving foreign minister of Croatia. He played a key role in his country's membership of the EU and NATO. Excellency, it is the first high-level visit from Croatia to Pakistan after a long time. It marks an important step in strengthening relations between our two great countries. Bearing in mind the existing goodwill on both sides, I look forward to more and frequent exchanges between our two friendly countries in the months and years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, our discussions today were warm, constructive and wide-ranging. We reviewed the entire spectrum of Pakistan-Croatia relations and agreed to undertake steps to inject greater momentum to our political and enhance our cooperation in all other areas of mutual interest, including trade, investment, development, agriculture, labor mobility, visa facilitation, education, defense, climate change, tourism, infrastructure, IT, seaports, collaboration, etc. The two sides decided to make the MOU on bilateral political consultations between our foreign ministries fully functional and hold the consultation on a regular periodic basis. In this respect, I am happy to announce that the first round of consultation I have offered that can be held either during the last quarter of this calendar year or the first quarter of 2027. Both sides concurred that our bilateral trade remains below its potential. We appreciated the rising trend in bilateral trade volume and also we agreed to revitalize bilateral economic and trade relations, including through encouraging B2B exchanges for common benefit. We also considered to be holding a B2B trade forum in the future between the two business communities, private sector. I commended presence of Croatian companies and business interests in Pakistan and invited the Croatian side to benefit from Pakistan's favorable investment policies. We took note of the cooperation between agriculture and research institutes of Pakistan and Croatia and discussed ways to strengthen it further, including through greater bilateral exchanges. Through His Excellency Dr. Rahman, I invited University of Zagreb Indology Department to visit Texla, the greatest cosmopolitan center of learning in the ancient world, which was also one of the foremost intellectual hubs for Sanskrit and Vedic scholarship 3,000 years ago. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, connectivity lies at the heart of our vision for sustainable development, regional stability, and global economic integration. Both Pakistan and Croatia are situated at important geographical locations and could utilize their presence and location to untap the enormous potential for growth between the two countries and beyond. I briefed the visiting delegation and His Excellency Dr. Rahman on the potential, capacity, facilities and connectivity of our Karachi port. Both sides discussed the possibility of collaborative arrangements between the ports of two countries. We also agreed to early finalization of various agreements and MOUs under process between our two countries. We discussed also to consider to have the double taxation treaty between us, and we will trigger this process in the very near future. I would also like to take this opportunity to mention that we are working together to expedite the opening of Croatian visa processing facility in Islamabad, and I am grateful that Excellencies has agreed that because our applicants, they have to go to Tehran for visa processing, so I have requested that either some visa process in Islamabad facility or an alternate like Jerry's and all this thing, whatever is convenient. So Excellency has given me very positive response. We believe that this will certainly be a welcome relief to Pakistani applicants of Croatian visa by sparing them the inconvenience of traveling to a third country to obtain the visa, which is at present, in place. Pakistan access to the EU GSP Plus scheme remains a cornerstone of Pakistan-European Union economic cooperation and a mutually beneficial framework. We have taken note of the new GSP Plus regulation, which is scheduled to enter into force on 1st of January 2027. I informed my friend and His Excellency Foreign Minister of Croatia that we have already initiated preparatory work for our reapplication in early 2027. Labour mobility was another key area which we discussed in the context of Pakistan-EU relations as well as Croatia on bilateral basis. We agreed to continue work on legal pathways for Pakistan's skilled manpower, stressing the need for combating human smuggling and illegal migration. Both sides agreed that by providing safe, orderly and regular channels for migration, we not only protect the rights and lives of migrants, but also dismantle the illegal model of smuggling networks. Both Pakistan and Croatia share a commitment to multilateralism, the principles of the United Nations Charter, respect of sovereignty and territorial integrity, and the peaceful settlement of disputes. Pakistan actions as a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council for the term 2025-2026 are shaped by our commitment to upholding the principles of UN Charter and advancing the core work of the Security Council. The Croatian side appreciated that Pakistan, as the UN Security Council President in July 2025, convened an open debate on strengthening multilateralism and adopted a resolution on peaceful settlement of disputes by consensus, and not by majority but by consensus. After years, a consensus resolution was passed last year in the UN Security Council when on behalf of Pakistan I presided the council meeting. Our two countries remain actively engaged on issues related to UN Security Council, and two sides have strong convergence of views on major issues. Benefiting from our previous experience of working together in international bodies and multilateral fora, both sides affirmed the desire to continue mutual support and consultation at multilateral forums. During the talks, I briefed the Croatian side and my great friend Dr. Adman on the issue of Jammu and Kashmir, which remains one of the long-standing unresolved international disputes and has been on the UN Security Council agenda since 1948. Likewise, I also reminded the issue of Gaza, the efforts made by the international community, including Pakistan and the group of eight Arab and Islamic countries on the sidelines of UNGA, which led to signing of Board of Peace and International Force and other actions. But the conflict between US-Iran has actually put the entire process at the back burner. So my idea was that we should reactivate. In September there will be UNGA 2026 in New York. So we have discussed this subject as well. I also apprised His Excellency that a new dynamic has been added by India into an already volatile security situation by announcing to hold the Indus Water Treaty in abeyance after and during the war of India-Pakistan war, May 2025. We would like to seek support of our friendly countries towards India's immediate restoration of the Indus Water Treaty, ending the weaponization of water and upholding international law and treaty obligations. I apprise the delegation on our diplomatic efforts to promote dialogue, de-escalation and peaceful settlement in the recent US-Iran conflict, which culminated in the signing of the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding between the two sides on 18th of June. The Croatian side appreciated, I'm grateful to His Excellency for Pakistan's mediation role in the conflict, which had repercussion not only for the region but also for the globe. I briefed the visiting delegation and Excellency the Foreign Minister on the continued presence of TTP and BLA and other affiliates, networks in Afghanistan and the terrorist attacks perpetrated by them against Pakistan. I stress the need for Afghan Taliban regime to abide by its international commitments and that Afghan territory must not be used to threaten or attack other countries, particularly Pakistan. Both sides reaffirmed our unequivocal condemnation of terrorism in all its forms and manifestation, and we agreed on the need for international cooperation to fight this menace and support all efforts together. We also exchanged views on the situation in Ukraine and agreed on the need to find a peaceful solution to international conflicts in full respect of the principles of the international law and the UN Charter. I thank Excellency Dr. Rahman for his visit. We had first meeting on the sideline of the Indo-Pacific Ministerial meeting in Brussels in November 2025. I invited my friend to visit Pakistan, and it's very kind of him that he was in NATO meeting in Ankara, from where he has made and flown to Pakistan to attend this meeting. Excellency, I greatly appreciate your visit, and I'm confident that your visit will open a new chapter in Pakistan-Croatia relations and will contribute to greater cooperation and mutual prosperity for our people of both countries in the years ahead. I thank you, Excellency. Over to you.
Thank you so much, and Your Excellency, Deputy Prime Minister Dar, dear friend Ishaq. Let me begin by sincerely thanking you for the warm welcome and kind hospitality here in the beautiful city of Islamabad, the city of peace and diplomacy. Our bilateral relations are based on friendship and mutual respect. And so, I hope that this visit will help us intensify our relations, enhance our trade and investment, and explore new avenues of cooperation. I am pleased to note that some of our companies, such as Konchar and Dalekovod, are already present in Pakistan since 1950s and so on, where they supply equipment for your hydropower plants, supporting Pakistan's expanding energy needs. I hope very much this successful cooperation encourages a greater presence of Croatian products, technologies and services in the Pakistani market, especially in the pharmaceutical and health sector, defense, digital, IT, and new technologies, tourism and food production, and vice versa. Croatia welcome the Pakistani companies' investment. Croatia is given its excellent geopolitical position, has become energy hub, and is an open door to the European market because of the vicinity, and we are very close to our neighborhood, the European neighborhood, Slovenia, Austria, Hungary, Italy. Croatia has also internationally recognized expertise in humanitarian demining, as well as solutions that can support civil protection, disaster response, firefighting, and crisis management operations. Our companies have global relevance also in the pharmaceutical and healthcare sector, as well as in the IT sector. With 9 strategic airports and 6 major maritime ports, Croatia can also be a gateway for international travel and cargo. Our railway links with Central Europe support a more resilient transport, energy, and digital connectivity networks. I am pleased that today we agreed a joint communique that highlights our shared commitment to further deepening bilateral cooperation. It also highlights our shared resolve to strengthen multilateralism, uphold the principles of the United Nations Charter, and promote peace, stability, and prosperity. Croatia would like to enable Pakistani citizens to submit visa applications in Pakistan so they don't need to travel abroad to apply. We look forward to the opening of the Croatian visa processing facility in Pakistan soon, and we are grateful for your help in this matter. We welcome Pakistan's active engagement in the work of the UN Security Council and its efforts during its current term to contribute to dialogue, consensus building, and addressing current security challenges. We particularly appreciate very much Pakistan's diplomatic efforts that resulted in the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding to end the conflict between the United States and Iran. Croatia actively supports the participation of women in peacekeeping missions, and so we hope to be able to welcome Pakistani female police officers at our pre-deployment trainings that are certified by the United Nations. We are also pleased to see a growing momentum in the relations between the EU and Pakistan. Pakistan is a key partner of the European Union. I am glad to note that the EU's generalized scheme of preferences plus has served as a catalyst for Pakistan's integration into the global economy. We discussed also the situation in the Western Balkans. It's our immediate neighborhood, and those countries and in the Western Balkans, these countries are in special focus of Croatian attention because it's our immediate neighborhood, and want to have a stable neighborhood. It's our national interest, but it's European interest, European Union interest as well. In a closing, let me add that the Deputy Prime Minister, dear Ishaq, that it would be my pleasure to host you in Croatia, bilaterally, but also you are the first minister to be invited to the Dubrovnik Forum, which will be held on end of June next year, with an offers and provides an opportunity for an exchange. And this 19th edition and 20th anniversary brought together the participants from even 5 continents. And you are welcome to Dubrovnik, and you are welcome in general to Croatia. I'll be more than happy to hosting you in Zagreb, in the capital city, and in Dubrovnik, so that we can continue to build friendly relations between our countries. I am really very surprised and so with Islamabad, with your generosity and with your hospitality, and I have to come once again. Thank you.
Thank you.